That's him, that's the wooden enemy. Right, on what they say, look. The wooden enemy, that's the wind blower. Blows in the wind. Right? The dancing wind blower, white like pearls. They dance in the wind. But I've always said, it is not the wooden enemy that makes it so attractive in the wind. It is this. Here's the one that I reckon goes for the bluebells. And this is the greater stitchwort. And I reckon he really goes for the bluebells when the wind is blowing. As you can see, it's got the length for one thing. See how the petals are got little V's in the. See them? See how they overlap, look. To give a V. And in the cut, that's two separate petals. Right, now that's the greater stitchwort. And that's what I reckon should be the dancing wind flower. Half of everything, more gone. There's only butterflies now in certain places where they bought the ground, and you know, this place should be a blaze. Butterflies everywhere, little boys running after them with butterfly nets. I haven't seen a butterfly net for years. Oh, butterflies everywhere. Oh, down the woods, dancing in front of you. Gone forever. Well, the Forest Commission, instead of using this manpower, surplus manpower they got on the dole or wherever they got them, to clean the young trees till they get strong enough to stifle the undergrowth, well, they use herbicide. Well, that's the very thing the butterflies feed on and breed. Know what I mean? You can't. You're going to win. Oh, I'm going to win. Well, Forest Commission, I can take you up and show you now. They cut the bird food down. That's the hawthorn. Well, they're lovely red berries, and they feed on those in the winter. They cut them down and drag them down in the wood out the side. They go all up that road on the left-hand side. I could take you up there now, show you. Where it's all been dragged down into the... Yes. The timber they got is only all this oak is shaky, straw-shaked and shook. That's the butt, you know, up in if you cut it, it almost up to fall apart. Where's all this oak? Useless. And they got the softwood that is much better only for pulping. Know what I mean? Yeah. Besides, they're concerned about the emissions, but are they concerned about the emissions? They are not. Every extra roundabout that they put in. You got that, there's a place down at Lydney now. It makes the heart bleed. The traffic to and from Lydney docks through the years has been tremendous. And now the old place down there is dead regarding industry. Well, they put this one way, I forget some micines or something they call them. Yeah, all the way up that road. And there's no demand. The traffic that used to be on it. And now if you're coming up and you go around the bend, you should face with the car because you got to go there, on the wrong side of the bend, to get past this obstacle halfway of the road. Then there's another, and everybody got to keep stopping all the way down. And there's all the Lydney estate, and there's putting in that giant building, and there's a giant building down at the old cable world, lovely factory that is. And there's still ranks there, and they got nothing there now. No. The council and all that are absolutely to blame. 12,000 cars every day going out of the forest, using petrol. What? Isn't that pollution? I said to a lady, that you know, go out and do the wildflowers with, and there is a flower called nipple wart. So I showed this some. We'd seen a nipple wart several times, and anyway, we went out to the flower one day, and I pulled my shirt up and said, what flower does this remind you of? I said to her, and I said she didn't know. I said, surely you know it's nipple wart. You ever see nipple wart? Just like a nipple. This little dandelion type flower comes on there. Now, in the bud itself, that is the name of it. There's lots of flowers take after lungwort and all that, you know. Especially used years ago for remedies. It seems to me they're not taking too much notice of the inspector. They're going to try and, you know, bypass some of his remedies and suggestions and all that, and they're not taking too much notice of it. But I think we have a forest is for trees and wildlife and what's name, because there's very few forests they have, and they want to place this under concrete, don't they? You know what I mean? We've only got a couple, about 14% or 13-14% compared to other countries. Wow, we've got no forest, you might say. They won't be satisfied till they've got it all on the concrete and houses and people. Then you need factories because people got to have jobs because they got to eat and they got to drink. And reproduce. Haven't they? I'll tell you an interesting thing I did see about crime in Japan. They've got, no, not Japan, China. They've got buses. I don't know how many buses. They go round and dish out lethal for crimes and dish out lethal injections. Buses. Yeah. 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 People in China, mind. You've got to have the, you know, to sharpen up a gouge and that, you've just got to have that. You can't buy it, it's got to be natural. You can't sharpen, you ain't going to do wood to. You've got to be able to sharpen. Yeah. I remember years ago when old blacksmith said to me, why do women make better blacksmiths than men? I said, well, I don't know, Mr. Coombs. He said, well, because they're better at ironing and softening tools. When you die, you're gone.